Oh, yes. 23 years ago today, Nirvana releases Nevermind. Big fan of Nirvana still to this day. You?
Absolutely.
Oh, good for you, Jim Florentine, who's in studio today.
Literally just got the food drop.
This one and Utero.
Yeah.
Great records.
I love Unplugged the most, though.
Unplugged is great, too. I wasn't a big fan of Bleach.
No.
It was good, but not great.
I don't know enough about Bleach. I just
a lot
don't.
more punk.
Right.
You know, there's more punk on it than, which I like punk rock, but I don't know,
I don't
this
know.
one really.
It just smells like Teen Spirit.
Something in the Way is unbelievable.
I love
this
that
record.
song.
Oh man,
I love that song.
And Penn Royalty on
Penny Royalty, absolutely. You like this, right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
All right. A lot of people mad. It's not called frisbee golf. It's called disc golf. They're really mad. When I was growing up, it was absolutely called frisbee golf.
We even had that growing up. I don't even remember.
Yeah,
that.
but it was more primitive. Now, I mean, they really set up actual courses in parks, and it's more like a chain link kind of basket, I guess, that you got to throw it into. Yeah, we used to make up our own crap. There's a garbage pail over there. Let's throw it toward the garbage pail, and then then whoever won the hole would pick the next fucking target, whether it's a tree or some dumb thing, things like that. But who's this? Hello.
This is Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hey, Sean. I don't know they don't have the phone's screen, so sorry. What's up, Sean?
Well, you know what? That brings me to my second point that I wanted to talk about. Your show deserves a lot more support than you guys get, and you should have a working phone system, so fuck the management.
Thank you.
Wow. That's pretty sweet. Thank you.
I like that. I wish my agent had that passion.
Do you play disc golf?
As a routine hobby, yeah, when I can get out and, away from things, sure.
But you don't take it seriously, right?
No, when you go out to the golf course, you take it very seriously. You don't pick up your golf ball, all that bullshit. But when you play disc golf, it's a relaxing thing. You're not anal about all the rules. And it's not so much as one frisbee either. There's a lot of things about the game that make it interesting.
Like what?
Yeah.
Well, you have your bag, you have your drivers, your mid-range discs, you have your putters, and you go out there and you look at the course.
You're making this up. You're making this up.
No, I'm not. Go to pdga.com.
I won't do that.
Right, and go to YouTube, look up some of the professionals. They will think those
PDGA? It's a pretty dumb game, asshole.
Jim Norton is quick. It'll be a lovely live soon. So the game itself has changed where there's different sized discs and stuff?
Absolutely. And there's different weights. They're all designed differently. So if you're a right-handed thrower, if you have a sidearm throw, if you have a left-handed, it all depends on how you want to approach the basket from where you're teeing off from.
That I have actually heard of.
No idea.
I've heard of that lefty-righty thing.
We would just...
No, I haven't.
We would just go, you got a frisbee? Yeah, all right, let's go throw it at some shit.
Just throw it. I never heard of this.
And what do you mean putters? What do you mean by putters in disc golf?
So you have your heavier drivers that, if you throw them as hard as you can and someone goes to catch it the wrong way, you could break your fingers.
Oh, no.
That can really hurt you.
Why are you trying to catch the...
Well, they're very. The discs are designed to fly in a certain way, and the drivers are so heavy rimmed that if you catch it the wrong way, you'll get hurt. But you have your putters, for instance, they'll sail a little bit easier, so you can have a softer throw. Because it's not just going to hit the chains and fall into the basket. You have to have it hit just right.
Florentine's head is spinning. When you were saying putters and drivers, I was thinking, traditionally golf. But you're talking the discs. Like a lighter disc would be called a putter.
Well, it's not so much the weight. It's also the design of the disc itself and the way it flies.
So you bring like eight different weighing frisbees to this game.
Discs.
Discs.
Yeah, either frisbees or discs, but don't call it froth because that shit just makes me sick. It sounds disgusting.
Oh, that's your line?
No, that's good. Okay. I'm glad that he ate
Fair
that
enough.
too.
Fair enough. We could agree on that.
Thank you, sir.
I had no idea that the sport became so complicated with different discs.
Yeah.
Yeah. you get your dog leg courses and stuff. You gotta, sink the disc in a different direction, and you have to pull out a different disc for every hole sometimes.
I think this show needs to bond a little bit. So why don't we go and try it out?
I'd rather suck each other's dicks on the console.
Thank you, Sean.
Why not? Get it over with.
We're heading that way anyway.
Absolutely.
Might as well do it today, right?
Please, you're in better shape than you have been in years. How do I resist?
Would you rather get the new BlackBerry passport?
Can I have another coffee, please, sweetie?
There
you go.
Let me say hi to Jimmy in Chicago. Jimmy.
Hey, how are you guys?
You actually build courses for disc golf.
Yes, I built a couple in Illinois. The Oaks Disc Golf Course, which is in Mokina, off LaPorte Road.
Don't you just go, I don't know, put a basket over there.
Yeah.
Put a basket around that tree. And
where's your driver disc? Can I borrow your driver disc?
I left mine at home.
Yeah, we had Phil and Gary come out, and they seen it was 36.5 acres, and they got the idea to put it in. The Park District did. So when I heard about it, I totally volunteered. I was like, I'm here till it's finished. And we did it in 4.5 months. Me, Steve, and Roy. We worked every day. The only day I took off was Thanksgiving, and that was it. But I was there. I was working an afternoon job.
What movie is this, or is this a Seinfeld reference or from a film?
Say that again?
Is this from Seinfeld or a film?
Is it from Seinfeld?
I don't know.
Wait, you don't believe that he actually builds disc golf courses?
Not mentioning all those dumb names. Me, Roy, we took off on Thanksgiving. What are you talking about?
Oh, yes. Well, I said as long as you guys don't charge anybody to play, I volunteer myself, no problem. I got it. I'm on it. And we pulled it off. And
wait, you're some kind of you're an expert at this? You're an expert at building these courses? But what is it? Yeah. Why does it take 4.5 months to put up a few baskets?
Well, it wasn't just that. We had multiple tees, red, whites, and blues, for different types of shots. For the lady tees, your mid, and...
I had no idea.
Everybody had a fair shake at it, and it became one of the best golf courses in Illinois. We had probably well over, on December 14th, when we finished it, we had probably over 100 people there to play.
Oh, my God.
Literally. And it was snowing outside.
Oh,
too.
my God.
Even December. Wow.
Oh, boy.
I don't.
Yeah, I could probably reach 400 feet with the light 151 gram.
Jesus.
Driver.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I had no idea this got so complicated.
One of the guys that was helping me build the course actually got...
what was his name?
An age that was like over 374 feet.
Was that Roy?
Was that Roy or the other guy?
Or Mark?
Yes, it was Roy, yes.
It had to be Roy. Of course it was Roy.
No. I take that back. It was Steve.
You sure it was Steve and not Roy?
No.
You sure it was Steve and not Roy?
No, it was Steve.
Because we all know Roy can make that shot.
Absolutely.
We've all
Easily.
seen it.
Did Steve and Roy take off on Thanksgiving too, or did they work that day?
No, they all took that day off. Yeah,
they did.
Absolutely, yes, they did.
They felt like they earned that day off. I
couldn't
guess.
get out of it because my wife was just.
I hear you, the wife, the old ball and chain.
I'll be thankful this Thanksgiving for everything but phones. Right now.
I agree with that statement.
All right, Jimmy. Goodbye. The king of building
and I hope
the disc golf courses.
You guys got to check it out. It's free. Go ahead and play. Once you start, you're addicted. I'm telling you.
I'm sure it's fun.
All right. Thank you.
Great health. Yes, it's excellent. You got to try it.
I just had no idea it got that complicated.
It looks like fun. Aim at a hornet's nest. Throw your disc at a hornet's nest.
That would make it fun.
Yeah, and the other friend has to stand under it.
Hang some hornet nests around the course. Then I would probably play with my friends.
Yeah.
And laugh hysterically as they're running for their lives.
Japanese hornets.
Japanese hornets would be preferable.
Giant 5-inch monsters.
Yeah. All right, this leads to the orgasm guy. I apologize. We're just wasting time.
No, that's all right.
So yesterday we talked about the guy that has some rare condition. He threw out his back, and somehow that made him start orgasming him all the time, up to 100 times a day. And he says it really, really fucking sucks. And it just happens as he's trying to do regular things. Like
now, why would he release this video?
I don't know.
Does he think that people don't believe him, so he had to put this out?
Part of me thinks it's fake.
Yeah.
Right, that's why.
It's a news thing.
So what? There
like
it is.
it's a piece.
So like a new, okay, like Channel 11 went down
or whatever
and
it
filmed
was, yeah.
I got the same thing.
You do?
Fuck yeah.
What happened?
I'm coming.
It just happened?
Yep.
And how many times a day does that happen?
1,000.
Oh,
Why?
Don't do it 1,000 times today, please. Don't. I beg you, please. We got to get Dr. Steve on the phone. I want to know.
I'm coming.
It happened again.
Yeah.
So we only have 998 to go.
You bet you.
You bet you. All right. So you think this guy's real?
I haven't seen the video. It seems.
Who's got the video? No, I mean, who did it? Is it a part of a documentary? Is it on
Funny or Die did it?
Is it on CNN? Right. BTV. All right.
I don't know. BTV.
This guy's a fake. What's BTV?
Barcroft.
What does that mean?
I think it's fake. You know, I believe part of it, because I've heard of this medically, these weird things, but he's overacting in this video. And he's also saying things that don't make sense. Like 150 people stared at me in the supermarket.
Right,
I don't believe it.
No, because if you knew this was going to happen all the time, you would probably...
He wouldn't go to the supermarket.
No.
He'd send his wife to go.
Or you would just make sure you're in the part of the supermarket where 150 people aren't going to notice.
There's never 150 people in a supermarket.
Never, and they never all stare at one thing.
No. Everybody's doing their own business, looking for their own shit.
Marion Cabretti couldn't get that many people to look at him in the supermarket.
Let's see the video. This is the video that has been put out for your viewing pleasure.
It's like Jim Gaffigan.
We'll link to this video on our Facebook and on our Twitter.
Yeah, Barcroft TV. What is that?
I don't know. That's makes it very suspicious as well. Let's push play here, there, Sammy.
Yeah, sweetie.
Sammy.
Make it big, sweetie. This is bullshit.
Oh, God.
He's falling down, isn't
Oh.
Father of two, Dale Decker, suffers from a rare and seemingly incurable condition that leads to him suffering up to 100 unwanted orgasms a day.
There's nothing pleasurable about it, because even though it might physically feel good, the whole time inside your mind, you're completely disgusted by what's going on. And depending on where you're at, if you're in public, if you're in front of kids, if you're around strangers, I mean, it can make a person break.
They're showing him and his wife on the park bench talking.
The 37-year-old is the first man to ever speak publicly about the condition.
It's bullshit. This
known
is
as
bullshit.
persistent sexual.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't he have an orgasm while they were talking to him?
It's bullshit.
I mean, he doesn't have one every single second.
It's
But
bullshit.
100 a day, the odds are good.
It's nonsense.
Yeah, I
This is
don't.
utter
I don't
nonsense.
believe any of this.
Nope.
Right, so if he's up for 16 hours a day, 100,
That's like what?
he's about 7 or 8
about
an hour.
6-ish an hour.
So he's getting one every 9 minutes, basically. while
One
he's
every
up.
9 to 10 minutes. Yeah, somewhere around there. There's no way. No, it's bullshit.
It's nonsense. He's overacting. Oh, God. I come once a day and my comes aren't that good. 100 a day, you'd get used to it.
And by the 100th, you're not doing that.
No.
No.
I didn't
And it
believe...
doesn't, he's acting like it hurts
Yeah.
when he comes.
Right.
Such garbage.
Let's see though. Let's try to keep an open mind.
Okay.
Arousal syndrome, or PSAS, and he says it's ruining his life.
Ugh, stinks.
When you're on your knees at your father's funeral, at his casket, and you're saying goodbye to him, and then you have 9 orgasms right there, while your whole family is standing behind you, it just makes you never want to have another
I hate
orgasm
this guy
as
and I
long as
hate
you
this
live.
video.
But you know what? You just keep on coming.
I'm so disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't believe this. Do you believe this, Sam?
He's lying completely.
I
It's
don't believe
nonsense.
it. I don't think an orgasm could be that painful.
No, he looks like he's being shot.
Right.
The funeral story is this big.
That's ridiculous.
That's suspicious. The fucking 9 orgasms, and then the fucking supermarket thing. It's just shit.
I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah, the way we read it in the prep sheet, it was like, all right, this guy's got a rare thing.
Right.
Maybe he's shuddering a little bit.
We're going to talk
Garbage.
to Dr. Steve in a minute, but I want to get to the end of this video
Barcraft
first.
TV is, it's on their YouTube channel. It's already had over 700,000 hits.
Yeah, sure. Right.
So they're all, it's probably his buddies. Let's do this. We're going to get,
Yeah.
they're going to have 2 million hits by the end of the day.
Oh, easily. All right, keep going.
Dale, from Wisconsin in America, was enjoying his suburban life in 2012 when he slipped a disc in his back while getting out of a chair,
Listen to the announcers, all
triggering the
fake.
condition for unknown reasons.
British.
They put me in the back of the ambulance to take me to the hospital. And on the way there, I had my first 5 orgasms, and they've never stopped.
Dale has been unable to work since the accident and is mostly housebound through fear of experiencing an episode in public. But he enjoys playing frisbee golf with his closest friend.
There it is. It is frisbee golf. Why is everyone getting mad at me? It's frisbee golf. It's disc golf. He's walking up to the course and he's bending over because he's having another orgasm.
He's overacting.
Yeah.
Well, they happen.
He's in baby pose.
He looks like me and Voss doing Shakespeare. It's fucking terrible, this guy.
They happen when I'm asleep. They happen in the shower.
But they're not happening as you talk to me.
I just have 9 rather powerful orgasmic sensations flow through my entire body. And now it feels like every muscle from here to about here is doing this.
From his chest to his knees. Orgasm.
While the condition is so rare most doctors can't even diagnose it, it is widely acknowledged by specialists in the field.
PSAS is a condition of unrelenting genital arousal and spasms, which is not necessarily sexual.
She could cure you.
She sure could.
They have no idea
She's like
when
Warren
it's
Haynes,
going to happen,
ugly woman.
how often.
I bet you didn't come in their office when he was with her.
No.
Why is a gynecologist
What is she? I don't know.
commenting on this?
Because they all want a little FaceTime.
Well, she's not even a gynecologist.
She is a beast.
Who says
It said underneath. She was a gynecologist.
Look, could say it. Sure. I mean, if they could,
Right.
no one says this has to be. They're on their oath.
Does she have wrestling figures on her desk behind her? What is that on the right side?
Yeah, it's fucking shot in Sam's house.
All right, keep going.
Intense suffering.
And this suffering is felt in Dale's home life, where wife April struggles to cope with the situation.
We tend to have arguments about stuff that really shouldn't be argued about. We already struggle right now. He can't work and help supply, so I feel stressed from that.
And PSAS is even affecting Dale's relationship with his children,
beach.
Christian and Tatum.
They don't have a
Shitty beach.
relationship.
Yeah,
He
thin
doesn't go
beach.
to like practices because he feels embarrassed, and kids don't know about his condition, so the kids don't quite understand why Dale won't be there.
The threat of a spontaneous orgasm.
If he has time to walk the beach with his wife, he has time to go to his kid's game.
You know how long it takes to set up these shots?
Exactly.
Different locations. He's on the frisbee course.
Right.
The beach.
It's nonsense.
Why wouldn't he be collapsing on the beach as he's getting the nice, video of him and his wife walking?
Why wouldn't they play porno music in the background instead of goofy shit?
Right.
That'd be better.
That terrible thin-voiced announcer.
He's got horrible hair, by the way.
He's awful.
He's got the worst hair
He's
ever.
terrible.
How many times do you think he came when he was sitting in the hair salon getting his blonde highlights in his hair?
It's fucking terrible.
It's horrendous. Now he's leaning over a rail, like looking and reflecting on his life.
Looking at the ocean.
Looking at the water.
Because he's come that much in 2 weeks.
Some horrible lake. He's a lazy bum that doesn't want to work.
Yeah. It's just a goof video, that's all.
Keep going.
Isn't the only thing that leaves Dale afraid to leave home.
Sometimes I have an erection for 3-4 hours at a time. Off and on, they just come and go like 30, 40 a day.
He's looking
It's really
longingly
hard
at
to
the
deal
water
with.
again. Enough with the water.
It's possible to have sex with my wife. We don't very often because it becomes frustrating. Because for me, there's no end.
Plus, she's a
Desperate for
3.
help, Dale comes to in London to see if she can shed light.
Oh, another pig.
I know. Yeah.
Destroying every part of everything in my life.
He's talking
When
to
it comes
another
to
pig.
sexual issues, people get very...
He's overacting again.
Go ahead.
Now he's walking around. He's walking it off. Leaving her office. Is she some kind of
Never
psychologist?
seen anything like that
Sex
before.
therapist.
Sex therapist. She doesn't believe
There are
it.
no words.
She doesn't believe it.
There are words.
It's hard to
Bullshit.
know if it's real.
It's not
This
real.
makes me want to find him some relief.
I told you. She doesn't believe it.
Otherwise, this is a horrible way for him to have to live.
Shut up, fatso.
But even in the face of such
You think she gets
desperate
turned
odds,
on?
there
with this
is
guy,
hope for Dale's
quote,
future.
coming
I
on
didn't
our
know she
couch?
was
It's very brave of Dale to come out and publicly talk about it.
Is it?
He's suffering. But there is help for him. There are doctors that can help him. So I hope that he's getting
I'm going to move
some
into
help.
his house so he never orgasms
I think
again.
the main problem is
My fucking dry,
nobody
thin
believes
hair.
that it's a medical condition.
Fucking awful hairdo.
It's not.
Crypt keeper wig.
Fucking ogre.
She's really terrible.
I'm going to be his new roommate.
She looks like Jeffrey Tambor in Transparent.
I guarantee he never gets another erection.
She is brutal.
She is horrendous.
No medical problem.
I just try to take one day at a time. Hopefully someday Buddy will come up with something, because I would like to get back to my normal life one day and get back to being the person I'm supposed to be instead of the person this has turned me into.
It's going to come out that this is bullshit.
I hate this more than ISIS footage. I've never hated anything more than this video.
It's just bullshit.
Yeah, it's 100% fake.
Let me say hi to Dr. Steve.
Yeah, it's called lower back fibrosis.
Dr. Steve.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you listen to that video?
I did.
Okay, what do you think? What's your gut telling you?
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to imagine this guy playing frisbee golf while he's ejaculating all over the place. I mean, it's just
all over the place.
Yeah. He's coming so much he's making new lakes or something.
There is such a thing called persistent genital arousal syndrome, and it's exceedingly rare. It's caused, they think, by
babysitting.
It's caused by entrapment of a nerve called the pudendal nerve. At least that's the hypothesis, and that's the nerve that goes to the junk. And these people will have persistent erections. They can't look. The ejaculatory mechanism has lots of little parts that go with it, and one of them is neurologic. And you know, when you get that feeling of sort of, however you describe it, you know, that warm feeling that feels sort of like a sneeze that runs up and down your spine.
The orgasm?
Yeah.
My best way to describe it is like it feels like you're taking a shit out of your eyes.
Well, yes, that.
Yeah, that
too. But that's just purely neurologic, and you could have that separated from the ejaculatory mechanism and all that stuff. So you could have the sensation of having an orgasm over and over again, and just being triggered. And so it's possible. This one sounds a little suspect, but if he's real, it's a very extreme and rare condition.
It's utter malarkey. He's bent over, going through the whole... I don't come that good ever. I've never come as good as he does once on a fucking frisbee course.
Right.
Yeah, and why would they want to... You know, they should have said, take your underpants off. Let's see what's going on in there.
Put a plate out so we can see how much cum you're shooting out.
Yes.
Get a dish.
Well, and
why doesn't he look dehydrated?
If you're coming that much, you're not
right.
Because you're going to run out of fluid after
Dr. Steve, how many loads before he runs out of fluid?
Oh, 2 or 3, really. Those seminal vesicles, you know, don't carry that much fluid in them. They, you know, there's, you know, the average ejaculation is 3 to 5 mLs, which is just under a teaspoon.
Under a what?
A teaspoon.
Under a teaspoon.
I do more than that.
So by the third orgasm...
I'm saying the average, half the people will have more than that. But it's, after 3 or 4 of those, I mean, you've depleted your supply. You've got to regenerate it. That's why we have this.
So are you at least getting a dropout by your third or fourth orgasm?
Yeah.
A couple drops, maybe. When do you start, coughing up dust from your penis? How many in? 5, 6?
It's a good question. It's not been very well studied, to be honest with you.
No.
When you're I come so much I should be a rain cloud or something. Genitals aroused.
So now they could give this guy Prozac. I'm sure they've tried it.
They haven't. He's a fake.
He's a bum.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
they should give him a fucking hairpiece.
If we assume that he's real, those are the things that they could do. Is Prozac is known to delay ejaculation, and that might help. The other thing is they could go in and ligate the pudendal nerve. Now, that would make it impossible for him to ever have intercourse normally again, but it stopped to this stuff.
Your pudendal nerve being ligated? Who wants that?
Oh, God.
Pudendal nerve ligation.
Oh, my God.
Great name for a movie.
Yeah.
It's a great band name.
Yeah, pudendal nerve ligation.
This guy's got shitty hair with shitty highlights, too.
That's terrible.
That's suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you have to sit in the chair for a long time to get those highlights put in? I mean, how many times is he...
Oh, you're ripping off Sam now.
Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hit that right. I'm sorry.
They should have talked to the hairdresser. Yeah, while I was putting in the highlights, he had 20 of these dumb things.
Yeah, what's going on there?
What is going on there? And then they were able to get video of him walking down the beach with his wife, arm in arm. And then they had him walking back, which means he had no orgasms because she would have been pissed on the walk back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His wife seemed like a very genuine woman. Weeping at their arguments.
Right. There's obviously some psychological issues going on with this guy, and that's his excuse.
Sure.
Or the whole thing is a bunch of...
I think that's a reasonable hypothesis. I don't have...
I think the whole thing is just made up to make a viral video.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out in a couple of days.
We've been pawned, or pwned, whatever it's called.
I thought this one was real, and... Because I think the three-breasted broad is fake.
Yeah.
That came out yesterday as well.
Real.
You're starting to say she's real. It's been going back and forth for the last couple of days. They said it was real, then they said it was fake.
She's not... Oh, someone said it was fake because she's not the first one that's done this. Oh. I've seen other people that have gotten a third breast implanted.
I knew a girl that did that.
Yeah.
Sucked the tits.
It's just... they put these tissue expanders between the breasts, and basically what those are they're balloons that you can fill up with water over time, and you pump in more and more and more, and it stretches the skin, and then you can insert an implant in there. And it's just really, it's not a breast, it's just a big round mass of tissue with silicone underneath it.
That's all I've been calling them my whole life.
Is there a nipple on it too?
Well, they can make a nipple. They could tattoo a nipple on, or they could create.
Who wants to suck on a tattooed nipple?
Exactly.
Isn't there a better way?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No.
Can't you twist the skin at least?
Yeah. Make it red.
Really is just a giant skin tag. That's all it is.
Oh.
There's no reason why that. I mean, she may be fake, but there's no reason that you couldn't do that.
Oh, let me see the picture, Sam. I haven't seen the photo.
She's got 3 breasts, all right, with some weird, 3. I don't know. What would you call that? Like a bikini, but there's a third.
Yeah, tri-bra.
That's great. A nice smell in between them.
Bra? Tri-bra. I don't know.
Terrible.
I don't know.
Fucking no hips on her. She has square boy hips.
Yeah, she should have fixed
her
hips.
Well, look at it. She has 2 pretty nice tits, and then this sort of just weird thing in the middle that is tit-shaped, but it's
That's her head, Dr. Steve.
She's a goofball. All right, we're moving on from Orgasm Guy. So you're calling bullshit on that?
I think he's full of bunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Steve.
It's if I get a call on my show that's bullshit, I always try to answer it seriously anyway, because there's always information you can get out. So there is this thing called the genital persistent arousal syndrome, and he may have it, he may not. Hell, who knows if he's real or not? But it is a real syndrome, and it's very rare.
But that makes you actually have the orgasm, or just kind of keeps you?
They can. They can have persistent erections. They can have, the whole spectrum of the sexual response, including frequent orgasms.
All right.
So, I mean, it is a real syndrome. Now, whether this guy has it or not, I mean, the whole frisbee golf thing kind of made me think this is bullshit.
Yeah, of course. And then he collapses and then goes into child pose, and he's making cumsies?
Yeah. That's terrible.
Or he's making cumsies?
Terrible.
Terrible.
As he plays frisbee golf.
Yeah, it's an enragingly bad video. It upset me.
I think they filmed it.
It's enraging.
What? Oh, okay.
He said even if it's real, it's enraging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. What do we got on the three-breasted broad? What's the latest on that, Sammy? She's 21 years old, huh? Three-breasted Florida woman, Jasmine Trideville, insists third boob is real.
From Jizzman to Jasmine. It comes out.
But police report shows she once lost prosthesis. Sorry. A 21-year-old Florida woman who claims she has plastic surgery to place a third boob on her rack claims she's no hoax. She's not a hoaxer. But an incident report filled with the Tampa International Airport Police Department shows that she was carrying a 3 breast prostheses in luggage stolen from her in early September.
Why would she put that in the report? If you're trying to pass off that you have 3 tits, why would you put in they stole my fake tit? Just get another one.
What's a 3 breast prosthesis?
It's a prosthetic that would make it look like you have 3 breasts.
3 tits, yeah.
So the whole
That'd be like a chest plate. But, that the picture I've seen of her, where would the seam be?
Well, it could be around her back, or it could just be the actual. It could just be the actual strap of the item she's wearing, the bra.
And with Photoshop, you can do
Yeah.
She says it's not fake. She's very mad at all the news reports saying it's fake. I had the procedure done. If people don't believe it, that's up to them.
How about you show a picture of you naked with your 3 fat tits hanging out?
A naked video.
Yeah, jumping up and down. Jumping up and down to a Spike Lee movie.
The publicity-hungry Jasmine, who hopes to land a show on MTV, told the British newspaper that a film crew recorded her $20,000 procedure. Okay,
well.
The massage therapist claims to have seen at least 50 doctors before finding one who would perform the procedure. Wow. How do you get that done, being a doctor?
Yeah.
Doesn't that fuck up your whole career?
No, not well. There's some people will do stuff.
Plastic surgery,
to make a name for themselves, but there are, like I said, I've seen other people that had a third breast placed before.
Why? Why are they doing that?
Well, one of them was a stripper, and she said she made extra money because people wanted to come see her because it was a novelty.
Right.
And you could always have it removed later, and you would end up just with a little scar there.
What do you mean a little scar? Wouldn't that be a horrendous scar?
No, a good plastic surgeon. I mean, look at how her third breast is. You don't see a bunch of scar tissue. The scarring is going to be underneath it. A good plastic surgeon could hide that pretty well.
That's disgusting.
It really is.
It's gross.
That wouldn't necessarily be a big one.
She plans to release the video on my reality TV show, she says, and I don't really care what people think or say about me, she told the Sun. I know what I've done. As I say, this is not a fake or a hoax.
She's a 3-titted idiot if she had a fake tit put on.
So stupid. Well, people want their fame. She figured out how to, get some fame.
Well, Jim, she's a massage therapist. What if you were getting a massage from her and she took her top off and there was 3 tits there?
I'd be fucking disgusted if she took off and there was a sleestack head in between her fucking tits. I don't want to fucking freak. Oh, 3 of... I like clits. I don't want to look. My back has got 30 clits on them.
Would you let her jerk you off, though?
Yes.
Doesn't even pause.
Well, you can Google what tattooed nipples or artificially made nipples for breast reconstruction look like, and you would really be able to tell the difference. Sam could.
But do they twist the skin to make it, look more like an actual nipple?
You can do that. What they'll do is they'll do sort of a cross-shaped incision, and then the way they sew it up will cause the tissue, when it heals, to protrude and look like an actual nipple.
Nice, right?
And then you can tattoo the areola around.
Nice. What kind of areola would you tattoo? Let's get into this a little bit. I would go for a nice fade.
No, a big dark one.
You would go with a big dark one?
Yeah.
Like pepperoni.
Really? You go that way, too?
Pizza, yeah.
I like the fade.
Giant
nice
pepperonis.
little fade out.
Cone tits.
Really?
Big fucking cone tits.
What kind of tattoo would you do, Dr. Steve? Which one?
Well, I like the sort of smaller fade. I had a girlfriend once that was blonde, and she didn't have any areolas at all, and it was very strange.
It is weird.
I was with a Jewish girl, same thing. It was the exact same color of the rest of her breast. It was the strangest thing ever. It was almost non-existent.
It's
So it was really kind of distracting, and even with my eyes closed, I knew it was like that. I don't know why it weirded me out a little bit.
It's like licking a fucking an upside down bowl with a nipple. There's no fucking. I like a nice big dark.
You like a nice and
Jamal
dark
nipple, yeah.
Really?
Nice meaty areola.
Exactly, a fat nipple and a meaty areola
with some little bumps on it.
Yeah, how do you make those little bumps too, Dr. Steve?
Yeah, those are just little ducts. That's the milk doesn't just come out of why will come out of those ducts as well.
Why are you making it clinical?
Ducks.
We're keeping it sexy. I'm saying if you're going to rebuild that whole area, how do you make the bumps?
Ducks.
He's talking about milk being released. Yeah. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Put your cock between my ducts.
We're trying to get hard here, you fuck.
We forget what these appendages are for, and we think they're just for our pleasure, but they're really for feeding.
Good for you.
Good jobs.
Go talk to your doctor friends about that. We're being men right now. How do you make the bumps? We understand the tattooing. We understand the cross cut to make the nipple pop out. How do you make the bumps?
Yeah, there'd be a way to do it. I guess you could inject filler into those areas and make them a little bumpy, I guess, if you really wanted to do that. It'd be good to have a plastic surgeon come on.
How big would you make your bumps?
Now, there's a guy in Atlanta that there's a woman on my show that is a chiropractor, and she had stage 4 breast cancer and had reconstructions done by this guy in Atlanta, and his breast reconstructions are amazing. I mean, they're jack-worthy.
Really?
Good for him.
She's alive after stage 4 breast cancer?
What's that?
She's alive after stage 4?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
And that's what they do is they tattoo the nipples on, right, with this when they take the breasts off with the cancer and all that stuff?
Right. They put the expanders in, and they fill them up a little bit at a time, and it's apparently very painful as you're stretching that skin. And then when they get a large enough potential space in there, they'll put an implant in.
Wow.
And then the last thing that they'll do is make the nipple and the areola. But this guy uses some sort of flap where he takes muscle from the back and rotates it forward. And his results are really, really amazing. I mean, it looks like real breasts.
Okay. Nice. We're learning a lot. So the three-breasted woman, they swear they saw this device. Maybe she was going with the device and then said, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to do it for real. I'm going to do it for real. So I think both could be real. Because they have a police report that they found this thing in her luggage that made it look like she had 3 breasts. But then maybe she's like, all right, I'm going to do this for real now.
Well, she should release like a 30-second clip of a video of the surgery then and say, I'm still doing a reality show here to prove it.
Yeah, give us
so when she does that,
give us a little taste.
Yeah. Let her be playing frisbee golf first.
What's the MTV documentary going to call? Bitch with 3 titties.
Aw, shit.
That's a great name for it.
Aw, shit. Anything else, Dr. Steve?
No, that's it. Weird Medicine Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, thank you. Always a pleasure, sir.
Thanks. And on the Riotcast Network with the great Jim Florentine.
Yes, I always listen to Steve's show driving home from gigs.
It's a good show.
Saturday night, yeah, it's great.
Very good show.
Very informative.
All right, Dr. Steve. I want to try to give you an hour on our channel to talk to people and their medical problems. We got to figure that out.
You mean I'm doing an hour now, but you mean doing it live?
Yeah. I know
I'd love to do that.
I know you're doing it, but I mean during the week, a little more prime time, and
prime time, baby.
I'm open to anything, man. I really appreciate it.
I'll get with Don Wickland, try to figure that out. We'll do a little ISDN line. You can see the phones coming in, and you talk to these people for an hour with their issues. That'd be great. That'd be a great listen.
I have a document that opens on my computer at home, and I can see who the callers are. They have it figured out perfectly.
How great is that?
It's amazing.
Let's do that with Dr. Steve. An hour a week. You call in with what's ailing you, and Dr. Steve will try to help you out a little bit.
Yep.
I'm in.
And then maybe we throw a comic in there and make it a little funny. Be nice. Nice for everyone.
I'd be happy to do it.
That would be fantastic.
Would you want Chip to do it with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd help out everybody.
I think the first show should be Chip and Dr. Steve.
Fuck yeah.
Chip, you ever played frisbee golf?
Fuck yeah, it's cool. Bunch of chicks.
There's chicks?
Yeah.
There's a lot of chicks.
So you can get laid playing frisbee golf?
Yep.
Yup. Where are these chicks?
Yeah.
Are they playing too, or are they just wandering around? He never gives details.
No, and what you'll learn is this: when you give Chip the floor, he doesn't handle it well.
I know. I know.
Panics.
I kind of know by now. I kind of know. Whoa, all right, hold on. Let's go with Tony in Indiana. Stay on the line, Doc. Tony.
Okay.
Tony.
Oh,
welcome aboard, Tony.
Yeah, it works.
Huh?
It's actually Ernie, but that works. Tony.
Oh, okay.
Ernie.
Sorry. What's up, Ernie?
I was just getting a crack out of you guys this morning because it got me back to a memory from 25 years ago. I was working and I started dating this Puerto Rican girl, and turned into taking a shirt off one night, and she had the same color skin all the way through. Man, there were no areolas there. And for the past 25 years, I swear to God, I've thought that nationality just didn't have areolas.
It's the strangest thing. I only came upon it once, and it was a Jewish girl from Long Island. She had big ones, too, but when it was like, what the hell's going on?
Usually the Latin ones are the ones that have the big.
I've stayed away from that color skin there all my whole life just for that reason. I was like, I can't deal with it.
She was Spanish?
No, Puerto Rican. I don't know what you would.
Puerto Rican girl that doesn't have areolas.
They're the ones who usually have the big ones,
right?
I mean, she had nipples
and very defined too. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's just some natural variation. In the
pigment.
I had a girlfriend once had the greatest tits I've ever seen in my life, and but she had two supernumerary nipples right next to the other nipple. So
that doesn't make it the greatest tits in your life.
What are supernumerary?
That's the problem. To look at them, they were.
If you got three nipples on one breast, that doesn't make it the greatest tits I've seen in my life.
That ruined it. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah. And so you'd be in there sucking on it, and then you'd get this other nipple in your mouth, and it was just bizarre.
Steve, it seems like
you've one that took a dump and then had me go down on her afterward, and that was horrendous.
Wait a minute, really?
What? What happened? Walk us through this.
I was going to the Y, so to speak, and then she gets up and says, I got to go to the bathroom for a second. I just figured she had to go pee or something, and then she came back and went, proceed. And so I went back down and was going at it, and I got this wafting smell in my nose, and I realized she'd just taken a big giant dump. But her needs came before my sensibilities, I guess.
So she came out of the bathroom and said, proceed, laid back down.
Her asshole was still open.
Proceed.
So this was a long time ago?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so nobody used baby wipes back then, so it was definitely...
No. And it was really one of those fruity, smelly shits. It was just awful.
Oh, my God.
So you could smell an asshole?
Say what?
You could smell it on her or just in the bathroom?
No, when he went back down.
My nose was right down there. It was coming up from her asshole.
And she let you go down on her after a shit? Good girl.
Yeah.
So,
how long did you stay down there? Did you stop halfway through?
No, hell no. I just went on and
plow right ahead. Like driving just like on the West Shore Expressway. You just got to get to your destination.
That's exactly right. But anyway.
Wow. Guy has a question about inverted nipples. You want to take this call real fast?
Sure.
All right, let's say hi to Greg in Boston. Greg?
What do you say, fellas?
Hey.
Dr. Steve's got a question for you. What the heck are inverted nipples? I've always been too embarrassed to ask my wife what that really meant.
Ew, her nipples are inverted?
And we weren't able to truly breastfeed because of that.
Oh, yuck.
Nipple.
Can't just suck them out.
Why'd you marry her?
Well, hey, that's a conversation for another show.
That's why you got to test drive this shit.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, there are some women whose nipples are inverted, just like some people have, inverted belly buttons, and some people have innies, or some people have outies.
And baby penises.
It's a natural variation. It is very difficult for some of those women to breastfeed. There are ways that you can get around it, though. There's a little sort of prosthetic nipple that you can put on a woman's breast so that the baby can breastfeed, even if they have.
Oh God! And you can't suck it right out.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
you
the
can a
baby
little
can't.
bit, but
It's
it
hard for
doesn't
them.
really.
Yeah.
She's never pinging, like most other women.
All right. There you go.
right.
You got to get the
Thanks,
prosthetic, I guess, so you can suck away.
It's sort of a hard rubber nipple looking thing, and they place it over the areola, and then the baby can suck on that. And what it'll do is it'll suck out the nipple, and they can get milk that way. And even that doesn't always work with every woman with inverted nipples.
What's your sucking technique?
Mine?
Yeah, people want to know. Do you go?
Nobody wants to know.
No, a lot of people call and saying
What
they want
is
to know
your sucking technique?
They want to know your sucking technique.
Besides just talking into the mic.
I'm sure you're very clinical about it.
Do you try to get half the breast in your mouth?
No.
What do you do?
Little light tooth action, little light tongue action, and then just suck away. I mean, it's
give us the noise you make. Is it like? Okay. Jimmy will do his noise just so you feel comfortable, and then we want to hear your noise.
Oh, that won't make me feel any more.
No, it'll make you feel comfortable. Calm me down.
I hold the breast in my hand with both of my hands, and I open my eyes really wide, and I go, and I make baby faces.
See? Aren't you more comfortable now to talk about it? What's your noise?
It's
You're a doctor. What's wrong with you?
Exactly.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What's the deal with two different?
Go to work.
Well, this is a question that comes in a lot. I think I know the answer because of you, but this guy asks, what's the deal with two different sized breasts on women? I hear one is closer to the heart, and that's what makes it bigger.
Damn, that's actually a pretty good hypothesis. But I think it's...
I thought I heard it from you. There's more blood flow or something.
Nah, that wasn't from me. Why does one testicle hang lower? Why are we right-handed and left-handed? Some women are just right-boobed, I guess.
Oh, Dr. Steve has a testicle that hangs a lot lower than the other one.
Yep.
Well,
I got one ball that's bigger. My left ball's bigger than the right.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you got that checked out?
No.
No, I've had it my whole life.
Yeah, it fills out my package nice. I'm not going to fuck with that.
Steve?
Hey, Steve, is that unhealthy for, like a stripper used to come around and squirt breast milk in my friend's mouth when we were at a strip club? Is that unhealthy for them to drink it because they did?
No, not really. I mean, it shouldn't be, assuming that she's not infected with something. Breast milk is sterile. It's good for you. It's tasty.
Tasty, really? Tell us more, Dr. Steve.
Sure, you can make. We were going to make breast milk flan and feed it to our friends.
Flan is terrible.
Let me tell you something.
It's a terrible treat.
It's easy to make out of breast milk, though.
One of the dumbest / craziest things I've done on this radio show was I tried breast milk ice cream. It was Pat Duffy's sister. Oh. She came in with the breast milk, and we actually made ice cream, but vanilla ice cream. And I did try it, and it tasted like amazing ice cream. And then the aftertaste made me fucking hurl. It tasted like body, like fucking armpit odor.
Really?
It was horrendous, the aftertaste. It was brutal.
That could have had something to do with what she ate when she expressed that milk, too.
And you just knew it was a foreign substance that should not be in your mouth.
Yeah.
She was. My niece was like a freak, and when she breastfed, she would pump afterward, and we went to see her when we were going to have our baby because we didn't know what we were doing, and she was giving us some clothes and stuff, and her husband said, show them, you know what I'm talking about. And they had this double freezer that was a regular freezer, but it was stand up and double, and she opened it up, and the whole thing was completely full of frozen breast milk. There had to be 200 gallons in there.
Why?
I don't know. She just made a lot of milk, and they ended up donating it to some place and feeding
fetish fucking porn company.
We froze some breast milk just because we needed it. And then,
we had little tiny packets of it.
And then you would defrost it and then put it in baby bottles. There was something just wrong about that.
When my wife was breastfeeding, I tried. My father-in-law was over and he wanted the half and half, and I handed him a bottle of it. Really? I thought he was going to put it in his coffee. He's like, "You bastard!" I'm like, "Oh, it's coming from your daughter. It's in the family." He almost put it in his coffee.
You would have never told him either.
No, definitely not. I would have been snapping away, taking pictures of him as he drank it.
That's beautiful.
I love the stories of Florentine fucking with his father-in-law.
Oh, they're the best. We got to get him on the show. So why is one breast bigger than the other?
Don't know, just natural variation. I don't have a good answer for that. I'll research it and get back to you.
Of course you will. Let's say hi to Aaron in New Mexico. Aaron.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, Dr. Steve, quick question for you. Ever since I was about 13 years old and I started, seeing my boner and everything, I've noticed that it kind of curves down, like in an arch.
Yeah.
And it still does that. It still does that. I mean, I've never had complaints. I mean, my wife, when we first started having sex, said it took a little while to get used to. She likes it because it slides down her throat better. But why is that, you think?
Well, most men's erect members will curve to a certain degree, some more than others. And the thing with your wife is she needs to be happy or glad that this happens because she's actually getting 3 points of contact.
Yeah.
She gets the tip that's pointing down, and the middle that's pointing up, and then the base that's pointing down.
That's right. You're rubbing the floor of her asshole when you have sex with her.
So it's like simulating a larger penis. She's getting a better experience.
Dr. Steve goes right.
I love it. She loves it. Hey, Opie.
Yeah.
And then an extreme curve is called Peyronie's disease, and that's caused by a pathologic, usually a fracture of the penis that heals and scars. And then those guys will get a penis that will curve like the letter L sometimes.
Oh no,
no! I think mine did because like in gym class. It's so funny how you guys talked about the lesbian gym teachers because I did have that as well, and when I was like in 6th grade, I used to think about my lesbian gym teacher making out with, whatever. And I used to get boners in 6th grade. And this was like, late 80s. So you had to wear those short shorts still. So I'd push my boner down, because I didn't want to be embarrassed. I had a boner in gym class. So I'd push it down. So I kind of think I trained it to do that in some weird subconscious way,
I never pushed it down. I always kind of strapped it up.
No, I always pushed it up.
You can't push it down.
Absolutely.
You can tuck it down between your
that's
between your legs.
Painful, though.
But you might want if you want to hide one.
True. I would just pop it out the side of my shorts.
I would move it right in the middle and make it not as noticeable, I guess.
No, let it pop right out and then just teach class like nothing's wrong. Get it?
Hey, Opie, I can't believe I'm fucking asking this dude, but fuck it, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Since you're offering Dr. Steve to put, his podcast on your station there, once a week, just can you put mine on there once a week? Just.
Oh no.
Let's say hi to
Opie.
What happened?
It might be good.
What happened?
All right, send it in. Then I'll just throw it on the air. Fuck it. Send it in. We'll throw it on. I'm serious. We'll just throw it on. I don't even need to listen to it. Go ahead, Tom in Tennessee.
Send it in.
Just send it in.
Hey, Dr. Steve. All right, so my wife has 6 nipples. She has very nice breasts.
She's a dog, sir.
She's a cow.
I'm going the cat route. But, as we dated and then I explored her body, there were like moles, but they were too perfectly placed. And then I realized that she has extra nipples. What the fuck is that about?
No, they're called supernumerary nipples, and it's just sort of a genetic. It's not even an abnormality. If you look at other mammals, they have extra nipples, like dogs or cats, and humans have that potential to do that as well. But most of us just have 2. But every once in a while, you'll get somebody that'll, their genetic makeup is such that they'll throw in sometimes 2, sometimes 1. I've got a friend who has 1 supernumerary nipple, and then your wife has just got the full complement of nipples.
Yeah, it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Does she have any sensation with the other one?
Nah, I tried. You know, they're really small, and I try to fuck with them, but there's nothing there, so I just leave them alone.
How many vaginas does she have?
Exactly.
4.
Four.
Fucking liquor nipples like a xylophone. Creepy.
Yeah, fucking 30 clits on her back. Oh, fuck yeah.
All right. One more. Then we
Oh!
Yeah, one more. We got to move on after the Jimmy in Jersey. Jimmy.
Yeah.
Going on, boys.
Hey.
You guys, since we're talking about misshaped dicks, have you ever heard of jerker's curve?
Jerker's curve. What do you got on that, Dr. Steve?
I think that may be mythological. I don't know that jerking can actually cause a curvature in the erect penis over time. Although,
right, because you kind of, if you're right-handed, you kind of pull into the right.
If you're right-handed, you tend to have a left-sided curve. So I don't know that anybody's ever proved that. I mean, how would you prove that? That's the problem.
Time-lapse photography.
And sucking a lot of dicks.
Yeah.
I like to look at data, and if there is a correlation between right-handed jerking and left-handed curves, then there may be something there. I'll look into it.
All right. I think
if that's what he's asking about.
Yeah. We just kind of gave you a tryout. This is the show. I want you to take these questions, and then we get a comic in here to kind of.
If there was jerker's curve, Jim Norton would have it
without a doubt.
His dick would look like a snake sleeping.
Do you go a day without jerking off?
Yeah. No.
No.
Not really. I mean, I tug it a little. I go a lot of days without coming, but I always tug it a little
every day.
Yeah, just to get the skin good.
Even when you have a girlfriend?
Especially when I have a girlfriend. Yeah. Yeah, no. Go fuck.
Wait till you hit 60. I'm down to about 3 times a week.
You're 60?
Yeah, well, I'm 59. I'm almost 60.
I'm 57.
Wow, you look good, Dr. Steve. Good for you.
Thank you.
Still getting the job done?
Yeah, still get the job done.
Yeah.
Without any help, you know what I mean? Without any of those pills?
Well, the pills are great. And the nice thing about them is if you don't need the help, it really gives you a nice, meaty erection.
Yuck.
Dr. Steve gets nice, meaty erection.
But I bet he calls him that in bed, too. You like my meaty erection.
Like my meaty erection.
I can't remember which comic said it, but it looks like a ballpark Frank in the microwave when you use Viagra and you don't need it.
I don't know, Judy Gold. I gotta piss.
Yeah, we gotta take a break. We got Tom Sizemore
soon.
coming in. So last time it got a little intense in here. We'll see what happens today.
He's okay.
All right, boys.
Mr. Tom Sizemore. Dr. Steve, riotcast.com for his podcast, and of course he's heard on this channel as well. And hopefully soon during the week we'll give you an hour or two to just take calls and fool around and help people out. And,
I would love it.
And we'll get some comics to help you out to get some jokes in there as well. We'll figure it out. Thanks, Dr. Steve. Always a pleasure. You're a good egg. You're a good egg. All right. Tom Sizemore next. Stay there. Wow.
Oh, boy.
I don't.
Yeah, I could probably reach 400 feet with the light 151 gram.
Jesus. Whoa.
Yeah.
I had no idea this got so complicated.
One of the guys that was helping me build the course actually got...
what was his name?
An age that was like over 374 feet.
Was that Roy?
Was that Roy or the other guy?
Mark?
Yeah, it was Roy, yes.
It had to be Roy. Of course it was Roy.
No. I take that back. It was Steve.
You sure it was Steve and not Roy?
No.
You sure it was Steve and not Roy?
No, it was Steve.
Because we all know Roy can make that shot.
Absolutely.
We've all
Easily.
seen it.
Did Steve and Roy take off on Thanksgiving too, or did they work that day?
No, they all took that day off. Yeah,
they did.
Absolutely, yes, they did.
They felt like they earned that day off. I
couldn't
guess.
get out of it because my wife was just.
I hear you, the wife, the old ball and chain.
I'll be thankful this Thanksgiving for everything but phones. Right now.
I agree with that statement.
All right, Jimmy. Goodbye. The king of building
And I hope
the disc golf courses.
You guys got to check it out. It's free. Go ahead and play. Once you start, you're addicted. I'm telling you.
I'm sure it's fun.
All right. Thank you.
Great health. Yes, it's excellent. You got to try it.
All right. I just had no idea it got that complicated.
It looks like fun. Aim at a hornet's nest. Throw your disc at a hornet's nest.
That would make it fun.
Yeah, and your other friend has to stand under it.
Hang some hornet nests around the course. Then I would probably play with my friends.
Yeah.
and laugh hysterically as they're running for their lives.
Japanese hornets.
Japanese hornets would be preferable.
Giant 5-inch monsters.
Yeah. All right, this leads to the orgasm guy. I apologize. We're just wasting time.
No, that's all right.
So yesterday we talked about the guy that has some rare
support than you guys get, and you should have a working phone system. So fuck the management.
Thank you.
Wow. That's pretty sweet. Thank you.
I like that. I wish my agent had that passion.
So, do you play disc golf?
As a routine hobby, yeah. When I can get out and away from things, sure.
But you don't take it seriously, right?
No, when you go out to the golf course, you take it very seriously. You don't pick up your golf ball, all that bullshit. But when you play disc golf, it's a relaxing thing. You're not anal about all the rules, and it's not so much as one frisbee either. There's a lot of things about the game that make it interesting.
Like what?
Yeah.
Well, you have your bag, you have your drivers, your mid-range discs, you have your putters, and you go out there and you look at the course.
You're making this up. You're making this up.
No, I'm not. Go to pdga.com.
I won't do that.
Right, and go to YouTube. Look up some of the professionals. They will think those
PDGA. It's a pretty dumb game, asshole.
Jim Norton is quick. It'll be a lovely live soon. So the game itself has changed, where there's different sized discs and stuff.
Absolutely, and there's different weights. They're all designed differently. So if you're a right-handed thrower, if you have a sidearm throw, if you have a left-handed, it all depends on how you want to approach the basket from where you're teeing off from.
That I have actually heard of.
No idea.
I've heard of that lefty-righty thing.
We would just...
No, I haven't.
We would just go, you got a frisbee? Yeah, all right, let's go throw it at some shit.
Just throw it. I never heard of this.
And what do you mean putters? What do you mean by putters in disc golf?
So you have your heavier drivers that...
I built a couple in Illinois. The Oaks Disc Golf Course, which is in Mokina, off LaPorte Road.
Don't you just go, I don't know, put a basket over there.
Yeah.
Put a basket around that tree. And
where's your driver disc? Can I borrow your driver disc?
I left mine at home.
Yeah, we had Phil and Gary come out, and they seen it was 36.5 acres, and they got the idea to put it in. The Park District did. So when I heard about it, I totally volunteered. I was like, I'm here till it's finished. And we did it in 4.5 months. Me, Steve, and Roy. We worked every day. The only day I took off was Thanksgiving, and that was it. But I was there. I was working an afternoon.
What movie is this, or is this a Seinfeld reference or from a film?
Say that again?
Is this from Seinfeld or a film?
Is it from Seinfeld?
I don't know.
Wait, you don't believe that he actually builds disc golf courses?
Not mentioning all those dumb names. Me, Roy, we took off on Thanksgiving. What are you talking about?
Well, yes. Well, I said as long as you guys don't charge anybody to play, I volunteer myself, no problem. I got it. I'm on it, and we pulled it off. And
wait, you're some kind of you're an expert at this? You're an expert at building these courses? But what is it? Yeah. Why does it take 4.5 months to put up a few baskets?
Well, it wasn't just that. We had multiple tees, red, whites, and blues. For different types of shots. For the lady tees, your mid, and.
I had no idea.
Everybody had a fair shake at it, and it became one of the best golf courses in Illinois. We had probably well over, on December 14th, when we finished it, we had probably over 100 people there to play.
Oh, my God.
Literally. And it was snowing outside.
Oh,
too.
my God.
Oh, yes. 23 years ago today, Nirvana releases Nevermind. Big fan of Nirvana still to this day. You?
Absolutely.
Oh, good for you, Jim Florentine, who's in studio today.
Literally just got the food drop.
This one and Utero.
Yeah.
Great records.
I love Unplugged the most, though.
Unplugged is great, too. I wasn't a big fan of Bleach.
No.
It was good, but not great.
I don't know enough about Bleach. I just don't.
More punk.
Right.
There's more punk on it than, which I like punk rock, but I don't know, this one really.
It just smells like Teen Spirit.
Something in the Way is unbelievable.
I love that song.
Oh, man.
I love that song.
And Penn Royalty on
Penny Royalty, absolutely. You like this, right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
All right. A lot of people mad. It's not called frisbee golf. It's called disc golf. They're really mad. When I was growing up, it was absolutely called frisbee golf.
We even had that growing up. I don't even remember.
Yeah,
that.
but it was more primitive. Now, I mean, they really set up actual courses in parks, and it's more like a chain link kind of basket, I guess, that you got to throw it into. Yeah, we used to make up our own crap. There's a garbage pail over there. Let's throw it toward the garbage pail, and then whoever won the hole would pick the next fucking target, whether it's a tree or some dumb thing, things like that. But who's this? Hello.
This is Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hey, Sean. I don't know they don't have the phone's screen, so sorry. What's up, Sean?
Well, you know what? That brings me to my second point that I wanted to talk about. Your show deserves a lot more. If you throw them as hard as you can and someone goes to catch it the wrong way, you could break your fingers.
Oh, no.
That can really hurt you.
Why are you trying to catch the...
Well, the discs are designed to fly in a certain way, and the drivers are so heavy rims that, if you catch it the wrong way, you'll get hurt. But you have your putters, for instance, they'll sail a little bit easier, so you can have a softer throw. Because it's not just going to hit the chains and fall into the basket. You have to have it hit just right.
Florentine's head is spinning. When you were saying putters and drivers, I was thinking, traditionally golf. But you're talking the discs. Like a lighter disc would be called a putter.
Well, it's not so much the weight. It's also the design of the disc itself and the way it flies.
So you bring like eight different weighing frisbees to this game.
Discs.
Discs.
Yeah, either frisbees or discs, but don't call it froth because that shit just makes me sick. It sounds disgusting.
Oh, that's your line?
No, that's good. Okay. I'm glad that he ate
Fair
that
enough.
too.
Fair enough. We could agree on that.
Thank you, sir.
I had no idea that the sport became so complicated with different discs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got your dog leg courses and stuff. You got to, sink the disc in a different direction, and, you have to pull out a different disc for every hole sometimes.
I think this show needs to bond a little bit, so why don't we go and try it out?
I'd rather suck each other's dicks on the console.
Thank you, Sean.
Why not? Get it over with.
We're heading that way anyway.
Absolutely.
Might as well do it today, right?
Please, you're in better shape than you have been in years. How do I resist?
Would you rather get the new BlackBerry passport?
Can I have another coffee, please, sweetie?
There
you go.
Let me say hi to Jimmy in Chicago. Jimmy.
Hey, how are you guys?
You actually build courses for disc golf.
Yes, I actually